Hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls here today to give some quick tips for World of Warcraft Legion Remix. Things that can help or you just don't realize are there, that can save you time, energy, and keep you in the thick of it, not KSI. Let's get into it. Your main priority should be the infinite research quests that Eternas give you. They have you go out into the world and either do dungeons, raids, kill mobs in certain ways, fly around a bit, whatever. I try to do these while I'm doing other activities like trying to do all the quests in each of the zones. They give you a bunch of rewards, but also increase the XP you accrue doing Legion Remix. So yeah, they are pretty dang important. If there's a cap on them, I haven't found it. I can kinda just spam these things one after the other, and then eventually, 2 at a time. They are really good for overall progression. Next up, don't be afraid to mine and gather herbs as you're going around the world. Some infinite research missions will have you actually do this, but they can also provide you bronze, and if you're having difficulty actually locating these things on the map because they're not popping up, you have an elixir to actually do this for you. It's in your inventory, you get it rather early on, or you can buy it from Nostwin in the Infinite Bazaar. It's called the Elixir of Remembered Sight. It's much nicer actually seeing them on your map instead of YOLOing it trying to keep your eye out. Some other infinite research missions will have you go around the world trying to kill rare elite enemies specifically. These are not like your regular rares, they're the ones with the silver dragon. And if you're anything like me, I could not find any in Stormheim outside of like maybe one. I did find one in Azuna, but there's a couple in Suramar. Specifically in and around the city of Suramar, so if you're having trouble locating them, go there. Though the ones in Suramar, you might need a couple of people, at least if you're early on. In Legion Remix, you have one of the most broken abilities this game has ever seen, Remix Time. It's a channeled spell that over a couple of seconds resets your cooldowns 1,000 times faster. I'm playing a Demon Hunter. It's basically a free use of I-Beam, while also getting meta up for me quicker. It's super nice. And it also works for the ability you get from your artifact weapons. So I can summon in my giant Dreadlord to rain doom and destruction upon my enemies more frequently, which is always nice to see. Gotta love a good old apocalypse. Transmog doesn't cost anything on Legion Remix. And even though you will be swapping out your gear constantly for upgrades, as we all know, the fresher your transmog, the more DPS you do. Which is totally a thing, at least that's what I tell myself. So don't be afraid to keep your character looking crispy. Next up, and for me this is a big one, do not feel the need to rush to level 80. I mean, if you want to, sure, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, Legion Remix is more of a collectathon anyways. At least that's how I imagine a lot of people are approaching it. If you want to go solo raids and dungeons, do whatever you want. But, if you're in it to collect things, getting to level 80, more of a side activity for me. Go at your own pace, do the quests, and if you do want to grind up a bunch of different things with bronze, chances are, I mean, come on, it's Blizzard, they're almost certainly going to buff the rates in a few weeks anyways. My opinion, I'm prioritizing and doing the things that require completion, like zone questing and stuff like that. That's my priority #1 more than anything. Well, that and infinite research. Point is, approach Legion Remix the way you want to. If you want to get to level 80, do that. If you just want to take your time with it, don't feel as if you're at some disadvantage because that's how you want to play the game. Speaking of them almost certainly buffing rates in a few weeks, we have a lot of rewards coming down the pipeline. Yeah, a good old friend time gating. Not only are rewards that come from later content in Legion locked off right now because of Phase 1, but also, at some point down the line, housing stuff will be available from Legion Remix. In fact, the vendor, Domelius, even says he's not open for business yet, he's still kind of setting up shop, and with housing coming in December, if you really want to make sure you get everything he has to offer, maybe want to save your bronze for when he comes online. Though again, Remix kind of throws bronze at you, so maybe the best bet is not to worry about it too much. Seriously, Remix throws bronze at you at least while you're leveling up. Speaking of, don't forget you can throw all your old gear into the old Disenchanter and get bronze in return. Yeah, they tell you about it early on, but it's easy to forget, I know I do. So keep your bags clean and don't go on an episode of Hoarders anytime soon. One of the best items in Legion Remix is the Nostwind Voucher. You may remember something similar from Mr. Pandaria Remix. It's a little ticket that you can acquire from doing content that teleports you back to the Infinite Bazaar. But I have my Hearthstone, Jmulls. Well, this isn't a one-way trip like your Hearthstone. You gain a new ability after you use the Nostwind Voucher that takes you right back to wherever you were in the open world, including Dalaran if you really want to save your time for some reason. So if you find yourself all the way in High Mountain, not wanting to go all the way back to Dalaran and then have to fly all the way back to High Mountain, a Nostwind Voucher will save you a lot of time and get you right back into the content that is actually enjoyable. Or you could do this instead. You can run into globules of sand up in the air with skywriting to collect a bunch of bronze. You can also dive right into enemies that are airborne and knock them right out of the sky like the demons they are. Occasionally, you'll pick up infinite research missions that have you do just this. So if you're finding yourself wanting to travel across all of the Broken Isles, and you have this infinite research available, might as well bang it out as you're traveling from point A to B. Also, as a heads up, they generally put these globules of sand in points of interest. So places like little towns, cities, giant landmarks, stuff like that. So if you find yourself wondering, where the heck do I collect these things, not seeing any, if you see something big and menacing in the distance, no, not me, go to it and you'll probably find a few nodes. Heroic World Tier makes the world way more difficult. It's not exactly one for one, but if you want some way to compare it, imagine if every enemy becomes a Golden Dragon Elite. But also on top of that, they get various affixes that also modify the difficulty of the experience, and it is very easy to get overwhelmed. But if you know how to manage your power-ups that you get over Legion Remix, and also summon in a giant Dreadlord to nuke everything, it can also be a very satisfying experience. I didn't start diving into Heroic World Tier until I was in the mid-40s, because that's when a lot of the power sources you get over Legion Remix really start to come into their own. But they make it really easy to get out of it if it's not your cup of tea, so go ahead and try it out. You do get more rewards for doing it because it's harder content. I myself will probably wait until after I've done all the zone stories and then check it out more. It's an interesting piece of content that might find its way into the main game at some point, because it really does feel as if they're beta testing this idea and then experimenting it with the praise system we're going to get in Midnight. So if you find yourself just kind of bored by the scaling of enemies in the overworld, and you just want something a little bit more mentally stimulating, swap over to Heroic World Tier. It does make things more interesting mechanically speaking, in my opinion. It's not like every random Murloc you find a mythic raid boss, but it does make the world feel more dangerous, more compelling and interesting mechanically. But if all you care about is collecting a bunch of things and you just want to do all the storylines, you can kind of ignore Heroic World Tier. Again, it's a remix, we don't really need to min-max it that much in terms of efficiency. The whole goal of a remix should be to have fun playing old content again, and we all find different things fun and interesting, so go at your own pace. If it sounds interesting to you, try it out. If it doesn't, go on about your day. Play whatever you want, but I recommend leveling up a class that you don't have leveled yet. I play Horde now, and I don't have a Demon Hunter on Horde. So knowing that Demon Hunters are very fast with Fell Rush and Vengeful Retreat, and knowing just how crazy Remix can get when it comes to power-ups, I went with Demon Hunter. And I'll be honest, running super fast, while also Fell Rushing everywhere, is a dopamine hit that is hard to explain. But also, the way this works is that any time at your choosing, you can take these Time Runner characters and just bring them over to the base game and go do the War Within with them. It's just they can't go back to Remix. You would have to make a new Time Runner. A Time Runner being your character for, well, Legion Remix. Or any of your characters for Legion Remix. But when Legion Remix is over, the characters you level during this event will just become regular characters, and you can take them into regular content in the War Within, soon to be Midnight. I already have a Paladin, Death Knight, and Druid on Horde, so I don't really want to just level up another one of those. I wanted a class that I still had to level, so I picked Demon Hunter. I would also like at some point to solo content, so I like having Vengeful Retreat for when I, get swarmed, but also Vengeance as a spec overall, even though right now I'm leveling as Havoc. You can get multiple artifact weapons on your one character, and when you level up the artifact weapon using the sand item that you get over the course of Legion Remix, it increases the item level of both. Yeah, there's not too much friction here when it comes to how you want to play your specific Time Runner. It's rather nice. So again, play what you want. My opinion, level up a class that you don't already have or that you still want to level. Just make sure that it's a Blood Elf because they're cool. So those were my tips, but here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with any questions that you have, or if you have a tip of your own for other people, feel free to leave them down there. I would love to hear your thoughts and hear your opinions and hear your perspectives. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe if this helped you at all. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And look, Midnight has a lot of changes, and I think they're going in the direction of porting this game to console. If you want to hear why I think this is inevitable, you should check out this video right here for more. Stay safe, everybody, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody, until we meet again!